I'm Heather Leach, PRVCA's Executive Director. Thank you so much for joining us at our annual meeting to hear what we've accomplished over the past year and what the plans are for the future. We have a lot of great education events and opportunities for our members, so I can't wait to share them with you. We've also had a lot of positive feedback from our dealers regarding the strength of the industry, so we're ready to take that into 2026. I'm going to start with our the results of our election of officers. The election did conclude on October 31st. So we'll get started with that. So give me one second. All right. I'm pleased to report that Haddon Smith was elected as secretary, Tim Umstead as treasurer, Ryan Esch as our manufacturer director, Michael T. Keller as our supplier director. Rolling stock directors are William Miller and Brad Roan, and at-large directors Todd Blevins and Marjorie Roy. The other board members who will be completing their terms are Chairman Nick Boyer, Vice Chairman and Park Model Director Rocky Riley, Senior Manufacturer Director Steve Byler, Show Committee Chairman Steve Fretz. Rolling Stock Directors Casey Colton and Dan Saltzgiver, Campground Director Jason Vaughn, and At-Large Director Chuck Jablonski. Appointed to fill a remaining term of the Rolling Stock Director position is Ryan Reich. And then we have Greg Starr as our past chairman, and we'd like to recognize our two honorary board members, Ed Flick and John Roba. Thank you to everyone who voted and to those board members volunteering your time to the association. Now I would just like to take a moment to thank all of our members for your support and continued dedication to the association. I also want to thank our committees. So the Membership and Education Committee is currently chaired by Nick Boyer, and they are responsible for providing the education to all of our members throughout the year, and you'll hear more about that later. We have our Legislative and PAC committees, which are chaired by Brad Roan, and our Show Committee chaired by Steve Fretz. Each committee's work is essential to the success of PRVCA, and we'll get into more details of their accomplishments later, but thank you to everyone who chairs a committee and to everyone who volunteers their time. It is really essential to PRVCA as far as getting, assistance out to our membership. It all starts with committee work, so thank you so much for that. And I also want to recognize the PRVCA team who works very hard to fulfill the board's agenda and goals. So I want to thank Communications Director Elizabeth Peroni, Finance Director Carolyn Riley, Membership Director Daniel Jusko, Education Director James Lembomsky, Administrative Assistant Teresa Severance, Education and Events Coordinator Megan McLean, and our newest addition, Communication Specialist Jenna Cornell. Jenna has been a great addition to our team. She handles the social media along with assisting, all other aspects of the association's communications. So thank you to all the volunteers and staff. And if you ever have any questions, these are the people you can reach out to, and we'll be happy to try and assist in whatever your needs are. But thank you to everybody for volunteering and to the staff for helping make PRVCA a resource for its members. So without further delay, I will pass the presentation to Chairman of the Board, Nick Boyer.
Thank you, Heather. So I want to go ahead and start with the PRVCA's mission statement. Our mission statement is to enhance the recreation vehicle and camping industry through education and promotion by being a resource and partner to all segments of the RV and camping industry. Today, I get a chance to share with you guys exactly what PRVCA did over the last year to meet that mission. So our membership includes 372 members made up of all segments of the RV and camping industry. Service companies make about 34% of that membership. Dealers make up 19%, suppliers and distributors make up 17%, manufacturers make up 13%, and campgrounds make up 11. The remaining membership is constructed of aftermarket, press, insurance, finance, associations, and legacy members. In 2025, we did quite a bit of education. We did 23 live in-person classes for the training season that runs from October through March. We did 8 webinars, over 361 technicians registered, including the show education. We did 5 RVTI level 1 and 1 level 2 RVTI trainings. The events that we did included trainings for the RV Technical Institute, for Lippert, the RV Safety and Education Foundation. We do PRVCA's Leadership Conference, Dexter Axle, Moride, Dometic, Xantrex, Cummins, the Mike Molino RV Learning Center, World Friendship Company, Mike Sokol's RV Electricity, Chris Doherty's RV Consulting. So it was all done completely free as a member benefit, by the way. The upcoming year will offer some great education opportunities as well. We're going to do the level 1 and the level 2 RVTI trainings again. Again, Dometic and Lippert are going to be involved. We're going to be doing a lot with RV electricity. Southwire will be involved in that. Fogati, and then, of course, our leadership conference, and there's more to come as well. You can find a calendar of education events on our PRVCA website at prvca.org. And you can also access many of the webinars that we've already done on demand right there, completely free of charge as a member. You will receive emails as a member regarding upcoming trainings, so be on the lookout, as those trainings will also be added throughout the year, even if I haven't mentioned them here today. And then you can also sign up for text reminders for any upcoming meetings to make sure that you don't potentially miss any trainings. So part of our education this year was that we introduced our new training RV. This is really exciting. You may have actually seen it on the road visiting some of our dealers or being used at our different trainings. So currently out of that RV, we are offering body repairs, chassis training, electrical systems, LP systems, septic and water systems. And then we'll be offering 2 levels of training for each one of those. One is going to be like an in-depth, hands-on classroom training. And then we'll also offer a refresher skill building course, which will be a lighter version of that. You can call 717-303-2887 if you want to schedule your training today to take advantage of this unique member service. All right, so I keep mentioning the leadership conference. This is a really big event that we do, really important, and it offers a lot of great training. We're going to hold our 7th annual leadership conference on January 20th through 21st with a bunch of leadership training from the Pennsylvania College of Technology. So this is the 4th topic in the leadership series. We'll focus on workplace challenges. The conference is great for experienced managers, those new to positions, even those that are just looking to improve their leadership skills. Every year, we receive great feedback from attendees of the conference. There's lots of techniques, best practices, great ideas that you can actually take back and apply to your business. This year, the Outdoor Business Alliance of PA will be a guest during our lunch breaks, and they'll help share how we can elevate Pennsylvania's $19 billion outdoor recreation industry. You can register this online for this can't miss event. All right. Of course, our education director's goal, myself, is to provide more education to our members. So we're always looking for ideas. If anybody can think of any type of training ideas, please reach out to us. I know it almost sounds too good to believe that we are willing to basically adapt and build training programs to our members, but if you have any idea, there's a pretty good chance we're going to be able to adapt and provide something for you. So please reach out to us and let us know. You can email us right at education@prvca.org for that. All right. So America's largest RV show, really important part of what we do. This year was the 56th annual RV show. Overall, the show was a huge success. Both manufacturer and booth vendor space was sold out again. Our attendance was nearly 46,000 this year. This year, we increased our social media footprint. Our guests got a chance to meet 30 various RV and camping influencers this year. So big improvements. We added roaming entertainment and we did a free snack giveaway to enhance the customer experience. So hopefully that made that show better for everybody attending there. Feedback from exhibitors was positive, most of them expressing good sales from the show, and most everybody expressing a positive outlook for the upcoming year. All right, sponsorship and advertising. Our sponsorship sales were up by almost 20% by gaining two new companies. Our advertising sales decreased about 29%. But even with the decline in advertising, the rise in sponsorship enabled us to bring in over $150,000, nearly 11% more than last year. So I'd like to acknowledge those sponsors. Our platinum sponsors include Good Sam, Gretsch RV, Myers RV, Progressive RV, RVs.com, and the RV Shop. And then we have our gold sponsors, and those include Alliance RV, American Coach, Fleetwood, Battleborn, Holiday Rambler, Ember, Intech, Jayco, Open Roads, and Renegade. And then we have our silver sponsors, and those include Blue Tech, General RV, Newmar, and Tiffin. Our bronze sponsors included Adventure Caravans, A-Liner, Wilkins RV, and Nectu. So thank you again for all of our sponsors that helped make the show the success that it is. Every year we offer a silent auction, very successful. Brought in almost $8,000 for our pack fund, just barely beating last year's total by $59. So still, we're improving every single year. The PAC Fund allows us to contribute to candidates that serve the best interests of the PA, RV, and camping trade. We have a very bipartisan approach. We focus on the topics that serve our industry, and that's it. Contributions this year were made to Senator Costa, Representative William, Senator Pittman, Representative Metzger, and Representative Topper. I'd like to go over some marketing highlights. The show's marketing strategy consisted of a combination of both paid advertising as well as social media and then some emails. There were 45 social media posts and 21 emails that went out. For Facebook, our follower rate grew by 64.4%. Huge success there. Our views and view counts are over 683,000. Content interaction was down, but our clicks overall were up by 453%. And we have over 28,000 followers on Facebook now, a growth of about 2,500 followers since May of 2025. So big boom there over this summer. For Instagram, we increased our follow growth rate by 273 followers. Our views and view counts were increased 100%. Our content interaction there was increased by 100%, and link clicks were up by 100%. So basically doubling everything there. Top performing posts all took place in September and included a show summary, a map, and our opening day announcements, all very, very popular posts. Top performing posts all took place in September. I'm sorry. We did a paid social advertising campaign that gave us 37,200 impressions and converted to 617 ticket purchases. So these are actually resulting in visitors to the show. We can see that happening. Our email strategy included 14 consumer emails and 7 industry emails with 46% and 36% open rate respectively, which is a great click rate. That means that a pretty good portion of the people that are receiving these emails are actually opening them up and looking at them and engaging with us. The app was downloaded over 5,000 times. It allows our guests to see the map, pick out exhibitors, they can schedule seminars and more on there. And then this year we added social media posts on how to use the app, which we credit partially at least to the increased downloads. So for the show, it's important to note that the show funds all our year-round marketing, education events, everything that PRVCA provides to its members. It's not only beneficial to the people participating in the show, it provides a lot of benefits to all of our membership and our industry all throughout the year. It's really what keeps us going and allows us to do what we do. So on behalf of PRVCA, I'd really like to thank all of the manufacturers, the dealers, the booth exhibitors, and everybody that participated in the show this year. Your dedication is really what makes this event possible. Okay, so some of the ways that we communicate our message, because it is very important that we let everybody know what our mission is and what we're doing about it. Uh, we send out a digital annual report every January that highlights our accomplishments. So look for that in your email. Please check it out. Let us know if you have any feedback. We currently have 10 year-round billboards directing consumers to our website and to our membership listings. We had an excellent response to last year's Explorer PA magazine. The new edition will be out in January. Not only does this guide provide consumer articles, but it also lists all the PRVCA members, complete with descriptions and contact information, so it could potentially feed customers to you as a member. The magazine gets distributed at PA Welcome Centers, member locations, shows across the Northeast, and at various chambers of commerce and visitor centers across the state. Our membership newsletter goes out, should help keep our members informed on PRVCA and on industry information. And then our consumer newsletter goes out to keep consumers engaged in our industry year round. We are part of the PA Tourism Coalition and the Outdoor Business Alliance of PA, where we make sure that our voice is heard in the PA tourism and outdoor industries. We continue to use social media influencers to help promote our message to the public, working really well. Our marketing has two major goals: to get our members' names in front of our consumers and to make sure that our members are informed about what we're doing and about our industry. Of course, another major part of what we do is legislative. Next, I will introduce to you Carrie Lang and Andy Goodman of Miller and Goodman and Associates. They help us stay on top of any legislation issues that may come up to Pennsylvania, and they can share what we accomplished this year and what our goals are for next year.
Sounds great. Thanks, Nick. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you all. So we have been quite busy. Heather, Brad, and Elizabeth have all been to Harrisburg this week. But it's been an interesting session to say the least. So I'll just take a step back here. Pennsylvania, we are in the second quarter of this 2-year legislative cycle. So basically any bill that gets introduced from January 1 of 2025 has until November 30, 2026 to get through the entire legislative process. So we're kind of cruising along here. About 3,000 bills have been introduced so far this session. So as your lobbyist, part of our role is to review every bill that gets introduced and track it and monitor. We share it with the legislative team and see how you want to engage. Do we support, oppose, amend? Do we just want to stay neutral? That sort of thing. So about 3,000 bills. And then we have our own PRVCA legislative tracking list for you. So if anyone has questions about what's on that list, please feel free to reach out. As far as the ratios between the House and the Senate, within the House, we have a 1-seat lead with Democrats. We have 102 Democrats and 101 Republicans. On the Senate side, we have 27 Republicans and 23 Democrats. The margins between Republicans and Democrats in both the House and Senate are very slim. We expect that to continue through the next election cycle. As you know, the caucus with the most members controls that chamber's agenda. They control which bills move through committee, which bills get a House or Senate floor vote, and which ultimately get through the legislative process. So That majority, they have a lot of power within that. So all 203 state house members are up for election next year. Half of the Senate is up. So if you are in an even numbered Senate district, your senator is going to be up for election. Just pay attention to that. And then I'm sure you've been watching the news over the past 4 or 5 months. The budget is finally done. I'm so excited to not talk about it anymore. It was 135 days past the deadline. So the state has a constitutional deadline of June 30th every year. This year it got done on November 12th. It's 135 days past the deadline. So basically what that meant was anyone relying on state funding, schools, nursing homes, hospitals, law enforcement, you name it, they were taking out loans, and finances were in question for quite some time. The total spend number ended up to be about $50.1 billion. It's a $22 billion increase over last year's budget. So 50.1 was the total spend, 2 billion over last year's budget. Most importantly, I think we all want to know, no new taxes were created, no tax exemptions were removed. That was on the table for a while. They were talking about, because the state is facing a $6 billion deficit, getting rid of some of those tax exemptions to make up for that loss in balance. And then no existing tax rates were increased in the plan. The budget also does not tap into the state's rainy day account. So currently the state has a savings account. It's at $7.5 billion, and this current budget does not dip into that. So I think a lot of the Senate Republicans, at least, were excited that that fund was left untouched. As far as, PRVCA, we continue to work on House Bill 38. Representative Scott Conklin introduced that for us earlier this year, and I won't go into too many details. I'm sure you're all familiar at this point, but just overall, it addresses warranty obligations, labor rates, rogue RV shows, that sort of thing. It's sort of an omnibus RV bill. It addresses a lot of different topics within the RV industry. Heather and Brad came to town yesterday. We were able to meet with both committee chairs where the bill is now. The bill is in the House Professional Licensure Committee, so we were able to meet with both committee chairs as well as their staff. And then we also met with our bill sponsor, Representative Scott Conklin. I will kind of keep it generic for now because negotiations and conversations are ongoing, but I would say that all the meetings were very productive, and I think they gave the chairman a better understanding of what it is the RV industry is facing and some of our concerns and why this bill is needed. So we are pushing for a committee vote as soon as possible. Again, that bill has until November 30, 2026 to get through the legislative process before it has to be reintroduced in the new session. Brad, Heather, what'd I miss?
I'm hoping that covered it all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate the update. We've been busy this year.
And aside from the legislative update, Heather and Elizabeth have been helping me out. There have been a lot of other events this week in support of legislators. So they've been driving back and forth to Harrisburg quite a bit. We have, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, we have 5 more session days remaining between now and the end of the year. 2 session days in the Senate, 3 in the House, and then they wrap up, take a break, and then they come back in January. That's all I have.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen now. So hold on a second. All right, there we go.
Excellent. Thank you, Carrie. Last thing I'd like to do is present our education award. Being a leader in industry education is one of our association's most important missions. This award recognizes the member that completed the most PRVCA training from September 2024 until August of 2025. Our runner-up was RV Value Mart, and congratulations to them for their dedication to training. But this year's recipient registered a total of 295 technicians over 5 different trainings. So it is now my pleasure to present this award to Wilkins Recreational Vehicles.
Hello, everybody. I'm James with the Pennsylvania Recreational Vehicle and Camping Association. I'm here today with Nancy from Wilkins RV. We're up in the beautiful area of New York, Bath, New York. And Nancy, I wanted to give to you today the PRVCA Education Award for 2025.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's for you.
Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate it. And we hope to continue our partnership and continue sending people to training.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you.
This is a great honor for Wilkins RV. It shows just how committed we are to training our employees and the commitment that we make, and showing that we have partners like you that also believe how important training is. I want to thank you very much for the honor of sharing this award with us. It certainly means that all that we do to send our techs, that it's always available and that new trainings are coming out. And we really appreciate the assistance from our industry partners.
Well, congratulations again, Wilkins RV. Excellent feedback on our education there. So this concludes the 2025 annual meeting. Thank you all for attending, and we look forward to a successful year to come.
Thank you all, and thank you all for joining with us today, and we'll see you all in 2026.